Welcome to the Home Inspector Marketing Podcast. Because you're a home inspector looking to increase your sales, improve your cash flow, and boost your bottom line, you are in the right place. For additional training resources on how you can grow your home inspection business, go to microreturns.com right now. And now, here's the podcast.
Hi, this is Mike Crow, and I run a home inspection business. In fact, I've run a couple of home inspection businesses. The true joy for me, though, has been helping literally thousands of home inspectors build really solid home inspection businesses as well. We can help a single-man operation be able to do over $300,000 a year, maybe all the way up to $400,000 a year as a single inspector operation. Even better for me is the 80-plus companies that we have helped be able to build million-dollar home inspection businesses. I would like to help you be able to do the same thing.
Do you have a point man? Do you even know what that means? In this episode, Mike will touch on what a point man is and why having your own point man is so crucial. If you have any questions for Mike, you can email us at hello@coachblueprint.com.
You're the point man in your business, and you need to know that, okay? You're the point man in the business, and you need a point man. He's described that to you. In your business, whether you like it or not, you're the point man for your business. And your life expectancy is not good. Turns out, by the way, there are some people that are really, really good at being the point man. Some people have better vision. They can see the sniper in the tree. They can see that tiny little wire going along the ground. They can see things that, wait a second, that doesn't look quite right. And we've pinpointed some of those people in our community that have the ability to do that. So who's your point man? Wouldn't it be great if you could have somebody besides you in front of you going, wait a second, there's a sniper. Wait a second, there's a wire here. Whoa, don't step on that. We're your point man. And do we take hits for that? Oh, you have no idea the flack we take. Okay? For doing what we do for you guys. But we don't mind being that point man. We don't mind being that person that takes those hits, takes those bullets, or takes those arrows in the back sometimes as we're running away. You know, I will tell you, one of the best things you could do some points when you get yourself in a situation is run away. Okay? You heard me talking with Joshua, my grandson the other day. So in that game, StarCraft, where we're playing and beating up on the aliens, sometimes the best answer is to run away, okay? Or you're going to lose all your troops. And so it's important. So someone is there to help you face that fear, face and handle that excuse for you. It's very important. Now, this blew me away. I'm reading this book, and one of the most impressive things I ever learned, we all know Canadian geese fly in order, right? By the way, I was in Canada not too long ago, and I saw them fly overhead, and I heard them honking, and I was just going, wow, that's so cool. You know, because in Texas, we don't see that. They're smarter than that, but it's just too hot in Texas, all right? Actually, we do see some things like that. Here's what I didn't know. Did you know that when those Canadian geese travel in formation, they travel 70% faster than if they're by themselves? 70%. I read that and I went, you've got to be kidding me. Now, I just want to ask, just seriously, how many of you would like to grow your business 70% faster? Show of hands. Yeah. Why wouldn't all of us? And the secret, of course, is being in a community of successful people, being around those people that can do that. That's why we're in a community. So there's some books that change your life. Last year, I talked about Outwitting the Devil some. The same thing with How to Work Your Competition in the Ground, Have Fun Doing It. It was the first book that I made Krista read. Remember I told you there's required reading for all of my kids? That was the first book Krista really read, and she had to give her very first presentation to the family on. I think I have that on VHS somewhere. I'm going to have to pull that out. That's good. That would be so much fun. Krista, you could talk me out of that with a really nice vacation to Australia again, okay? One of the books that I also read years ago was called The Ultimate Sales Machine. How many people have read The Ultimate Sales Machine? A few hands. So let's talk about some other things here. A corporation fails every 3 minutes. A company changes control every 32 seconds. 96% of businesses fail within 10 years. How many of you have been in business more than 10 years? Show of hands. You see that? Look, hold your hands up. Be proud. Look around. Sometimes you learn more by looking around than you look at me. That's what this group is comprised of, is those people that are successful to be able to do that, okay? 16 to 30% change brand loyalty. If somebody goes into your real estate agent and goes, hey, I sell it for $125. You should use me. And the agent goes, wow, that'd be a great deal for my clients. And boom, you're dead. You've got to make sure that doesn't happen to you, okay? 29% of consumers don't even read a newspaper anymore. And so there's ways to help get around some of that other stuff. So here's one of the things that I want you to understand. Our market continues to change, and because marketing has changed, advertising has changed, it's actually harder to get clients now than ever. How many of you would agree that it's probably harder to get clients now than ever before? I will guarantee you 30 years ago in this industry, well, it was hard to get clients because first off, nobody even knew what we were doing. But I'm going to tell you it's even harder now to get them. Except the cool thing is we have a system and we just do that system over and over and over again. And even though it's hard, we don't even blink an eye at it hardly because of this situation. Here's the other thing is, how many of you would agree that it's more expensive than ever before to get a client? Yeah? Okay. Absolutely is. And I'm going to tell you a secret. We have a whole program called Low Cost, No Cost Marketing. It's got about 100 ideas in it. You should be doing at least half of those to move your business forward. But here's my number one secret that my competition just doesn't get. I'm willing to outspend them every single day of the week. But here's the thing is, in my area, there was a franchise, which I won't name, okay, that at one point was owned by a great team. They did an incredible job, and they had me inspect their home when they moved in, okay? And I went, wow, okay, this is kind of cool. And I promptly lost that agent to them, okay? And they became one of my best competitors. They marketed better than anybody. Every time we were there, they showed up. They would say, hey, Mike, there's this chili cook-off, or hey, Mike, there's this golf tournament. Would you like to participate in it? They called me and asked me if I wanted to be part of that. And they grew that business up to 6+ inspectors. We had food together, all kinds of good stuff. And then they sold their business. I'm going to tell you, they missed something on an inspection that my company caught 3 years before. And it was because I had a really good inspector out there, and they walked into a house, and it was a pier and beam house, but the appraiser, the sellers, all said it was a concrete slab house. My inspector walked in and went, concrete slab? No, man, this thing's pier and beam. Agent called me pissed off to the nth degree. I went out, literally, pulled up the flooring in a carpet, drilled a hole in, and stuck a pipe down, hit dirt, pulled it back up, and said, no, I think you got a pier and beam here, man. And that agent didn't work with me for a little while. That's okay. I don't care. But I will tell you that agent now tells the story is, Mike saved my life. Because if the agent that ended up selling that house, because he dropped the listing after that. He had the listing and the buyer. He dropped it after that. And so he was working both sides of the deal. And later on, whoever sold that, they still sold it as a concrete slab. I actually helped pull that company out of the fire a little bit because we proved that the seller knew it was a pier and beam. Yep. So that was it. But unfortunately, they ran into a couple of problems. And that's one of the things. Remember I said tripwire, right? You know what it's like to have 16 inspectors out there doing inspections? Do you count on them doing a really good job? Of course you do. What happens when one of them makes a mistake? Now, here's one of the things that most people don't know is in that first gear, very, very few mistakes are going to happen. But when you hit second gear, when you shift to second gear, all of a sudden, you start getting a few complaint calls. You have to learn to deal with them. When you hit third gear, you better have a system in place. Otherwise, you have tripwires and you're walking across them and they're just blowing you out of the water all over the place. Every $1 million company knows that. But everybody thinks they're just running a really bad company now because they got all these complaints. And you can't allow that to happen. You have to make sure, okay? So here's the bottom line is we can happily help you through all those challenges. However, okay, the question is, what will you do? We have all those answers. We have all these people sitting here willing to help you get through that, okay? What will you do? Most people understand what we will share with you this week. Most people are going, oh, I get that, that's great. In fact, you're going to find everything we share with you is absolutely completely logical. You're going to agree with us, believe it or not, on like 90% of everything we teach you. And by the way, that 10%, you'll get over it, okay? You're going to know that we're right and that these principles work in business. You're going to see so many success stories, there's just no way you can deny that it's real, okay? And then you're still not going to do them. Some of you have had this information for years, and this is the first time you've shown up. I'm so sorry. I just want you to get there quicker.
We hope you enjoyed the podcast, and as a friendly reminder, if you're looking to increase your sales, improve your cash flow, and boost your bottom line as a home inspector, go to MikeCrowReturns.com right now.